Hello parents, my name is Marnie Harrington and I am the Chief Academic Officer for the Oxford School District. We're excited to share some updates with you. After extensive feedback from parents, administrators, teachers, and our strategic planning focus groups, we have decided to transition to a more familiar 0 through 100 grading scale at our elementary schools. Even though we are transitioning to a 0 through 100 grading scale, our standards-based instructional practices will continue to guide our approach. Here's what you can expect from us. Our grades will accurately reflect the content your child has learned and not external factors such as behavior. Assessments will remain aligned with the standards being taught. In order to foster a growth mindset and encourage every student to achieve to his or her highest potential, students will have an opportunity to reassess standards to improve their level of mastery. We understand that students learn at different rates, so we encourage persistence and provide ample time for students to master the material even if they don't succeed on their first attempt. We want to clearly convey which content skills have been mastered and which still need improvement. Therefore, our report cards will provide a score for each standard taught. Elementary students will not receive an overall average for the course. While our instructional expectations will remain the same, a few changes will be made. Previously, we used a 1 through 4 model to report overall standard scores, but we found that many parents had difficulty correlating this with the traditional 0 through 100 grading to fully understand their students' learning progress. As we make this transition, we want to clearly communicate how your student will be scored on each learning standard. During each unit in our core courses, teachers will administer at least 2 formative assessments. These are quick evaluations of the learning process, helping teachers identify which students are doing well and which may need extra support. At the end of the unit, there will be a summative assessment covering all of the unit's content. For example, if a math standard covers addition and subtraction, the teacher may give a formative on addition to gauge how the students are doing with that concept. The teacher will then give a formative on subtraction to see how students are doing with that component of the unit. At the end of the unit, the teacher will give a summative that tests the students on both addition and subtraction. The final standard score will be the average of the formative assessments and the summative assessment together. However, to ensure that the final grade accurately reflects a student's learning progress and knowledge at the end of the unit, we will use the summative assessment score as the final standard grade if it exceeds the previous average. Students will also have an opportunity at some point in the course to reassess standards to encourage every student to achieve to his or her highest potential. All parents need to have a PowerSchool parent account. By clicking the I icon beside the class in PowerSchool, parents can see all assignments and grades for that course. By clicking the Standards tab under your child's name and selecting the course, you can view the average for each standard. Mastered standards will show a 0 through 100 grade, while non-mastered standards will display an NM for not mastered. Pre-K and kindergarten standards will show M for mastered and NM for not mastered. No individual assignments are entered for these grades. Students in grades K through 4 must master 65% of the standards in ELA and math to be promoted. Third graders must also pass the state reading assessment. Students in grade 5 must master 65% of the standards in ELA, math, and science. Just a few final reminders. Always reach out to the classroom teacher or the building principal if you have any questions. Our vision for the Oxford School District is to be a bold, innovative, and continually improving district. We believe this change will provide clearer communication and better support for your child's academic journey. Thank you for your continued partnership in your child's education, and if we can ever support you, please do not hesitate to reach out.